prevent his wife from cheating, the first thing Jimmy did every time he returned from a business trip was to examine his wife's body. When he discovered a new wound on his wife's body, he began interrogating her. His wife's eyes welled up with tears from fear because she knew what awaited her next. Jimmy then pulled out the belt from his waist. However, Annie, who had endured this for 10 years, could no longer tolerate Jimmy's pathological need for control, so she decided to kill her husband. But to avoid being arrested herself, Annie came up with a plan to kill with a borrowed knife. She found her ex-husband Jack and proposed her plan to him. She would bring Jimmy to Jack's boat, and after Jack took them out to sea, he would get Jimmy drunk and push him into the ocean. If he killed Jimmy, he would not only get $10 million, but also win her back. Seeing the person he once loved most being abused by someone else, Jack was heartbroken and agreed to Annie's plan. The next day, Annie brought Jimmy to the dock. After the boat left the harbor, Annie looked worried. She wasn't sure if the plan would go smoothly. If Jack failed, given Jimmy's intelligence, he would surely figure out that she was the mastermind behind it. But at this point, Annie had no way back and could only hope that Jack would succeed. When the boat reached the designated fishing spot, Jack secretly threw raw meat over one side of the boat. Before long, several large sharks slowly swam underneath their boat. Soon, a fish took the bait. Seeing this, Jimmy grabbed the fishing rod. Although Jack reminded him that this wasn't the tuna he wanted, Jimmy didn't believe him. The next second, Jimmy was pulled to the edge of the boat by the shark, with half his body hanging over the side. Jack stood calmly behind him. Just as the $10 million was about to be within reach, he ultimately couldn't bring himself to do it and pulled Jimmy back up onto the boat. Annie sat by the seaside waiting for good news to arrive. But as the fishing boat slowly approached the shore, she could see Jimmy's figure from far away. Jimmy was actually still alive.